Welcome to Crown Chat with Nichelle, where we celebrate remarkable women who are making waves in the world while juggling the demands of everyday life, inspiring others, and leaving a lasting impact. I'm your host, Nichelle Miller, reigning Pure International Elite Ms. Ambassador. Join me as we explore the stories of extraordinary women shaping our world right here on Crown Chat. Hello and welcome to Crown Chat with Nichelle. I'm your host, Nichelle Miller, and I am so excited to be back with you this week live after a couple of weeks off. And I have a really special guest with me tonight. But before I start, I do want to give a shout out again to Kelly Buckley of All That Rhinestones and Glitter for my amazing mug. She can make these in any color, so your pageant colors, your favorite color, whatever. So shout out to her. And let me bring on tonight's guest.
Hi. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
I am honored to have you on. Tell everybody who you are.
So my name is Soleil Guckian, and I am your Pure International Miss.
Congratulations, Miss. It's been a month. Has it been a month yet?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. I feel like it's been like 2 days. So month might be more correct.
Well, welcome. It's so good to have you here. I was honored to be there to watch your win, which was incredible. So tell us a little bit. I mean, that was not your first time competing at Pure.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us a little bit about your journey to get there.
So I've been with Pure for 10 years, which I feel so special to say. I always have a running joke that Pure raised me and that the Millers raised me. And everybody laughs, but I feel like it's honestly true. I mean, being with the system for that long and with that, like all of these friends and family, like I've really been able to not only has it made an impact on me and my story and who I am, but I feel like I've also hopefully made an impact on those around me. So it's been a long time. I feel like within this last year, I mean, I rewore all of my same gowns as the year before. So I didn't really have to stress about finding, wardrobes or anything like that. And I really, really just focused on my impact project and impacting my community and really got to be excited about seeing everybody there.
It's wonderful. So I have to ask, because so many people, they go compete once, they don't get the title they want, and they're done. So what kept you coming back?
That's such a good question. I get that a lot, actually. I feel like it's hard because everybody will try a system and they're like, oh, well, I didn't love it because of this and I didn't love it because of that. But I've never had that issue with Pure. I've done other systems before, and with Pure, I constantly come back, and I mean, it's a decade. And so what really keeps me coming back is the fact that Pure is a system that truly instills into you. Like, it's not about the shiny crown and the dress size and what you look like, and it's more about who you are as a person. I mean, having these people and these sisters and dads and brothers and moms and children praying over me, not only in person, but also supporting me miles and miles away is something that I feel so special that you really don't get anywhere else.
Yeah. I love that. For just me being there 2 years, I got that the first year. I was like, oh, I'm in. I love it. Everyone's amazing. And it was such an impact. Like you said, it's an impact to us as well as the impact that we make. The first year that I met you, saw you, observed you, you did a sign language talent.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
What was really unique to me was I've seen people do that before, but people will learn sign language just to learn a song. Or to learn whatever their talent is that they're doing. But you were able to sign. We had a hearing impaired lady that year. You were able to also sign for her outside of that. So how did you get started with sign language?
Yes, ma'am. So in high school, so I'm from San Antonio, and in San Antonio, everybody learns Spanish, and that's like the language to learn. I feel like, especially where I'm from, but I feel like all over. And I was like, that's really cool, but I'd rather learn sign language. And I'm a special education major, and so I've always been in the world of advocating for others, especially educational wise. And so My high school offered sign language as a language class, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take it. It's gonna be so fun." I took it. I love it. So then I took it again, and I loved it. And from then on, I've just been signing. It offers a way for me to be able to speak to those, and really like fully indulge into the deaf community. And learn more about that aspect in the community of the deaf, rather than just standing here hoping that they can read my lips. And so sometimes it can be a little challenging, because obviously I'm not perfect and I don't know everything. But I do my best. And when I don't know something, I just decide to finger spell it.
Okay. Awesome. Well, it's so neat to watch you because you're so passionate and energetic with it. So I know you did. Oh, talent's not visible, but anyway, maybe we can get her to do some sign language for us later. It's one of your talent optionals, and it's just amazing. So much passion.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm definitely not a singer. That's for sure.
But you know what? I don't think many people are, but they try. So. Okay. You have a lot of people on tonight. So Tammy says, "Hey y'all, I'm doing it my best Texas here." Let's see. Celia says, "Congrats." Hi, Celia and Lily. Miss Valerie's on. She says, "Hey, Soleil." And then Kim Martin's on. She says, "Hey." So, all right. You guys can ask her anything live. Anybody tuned in, you can ask her anything live. We will try to get to those questions throughout tonight's show. So, Pure raised you. It's been 10 years. How have you grown through pageantry?
Oh, goodness. I mean, everybody now says that I'm a big ball of energy and sunshine, but I feel if you would have met me when I was 12 years old, you might have think differently. I mean, I've always been very outgoing and very out there, and just, I feel like pageantry, but especially Pure, has not changed who I am, but really fine-tuned me and to be able to be the woman that I am today. I feel that pageantry has made me more professional, whether that be with interviews or really anything. I just feel that I'm more like not as rough around the edges.
Okay, perfect. That's great. So tell us, as part of Pure, anybody that's watched this knows that we have what we call an impact project, which in other systems is called a platform or community service project. What is your project?
Of course. So my project is called And Still I Rise. And what I do is I advocate and stand in the gap for other survivors of sexual assault and trauma. I create these things called Rise Up bags, and they're just little bags filled with necessities, comfort items, as well as resources and Bible verses. And I donate them to hospitals, police stations, schools, women's and children's shelters, anywhere I can.
I love that.
Thank
so
you.
You took something that was very personal to you and flipped that. Was that a hard process for you? I mean, I'm sure the healing process is ongoing, but how did you kind of get into that mode of let me turn this around?
Of course. So the first time that I had this personal experience, I was a senior in high school, and then not even a year later, it had happened again. And so I had constantly lived my life in fear of, I didn't want to go out. I couldn't be alone. I didn't want to hang out with friends. And I really found myself recluse inside my shell. And I was just like, I don't have to do more. I can't do this. And I didn't tell my family. I didn't tell anybody. And I went live on Facebook and shared it with the world. And I honestly, I feel like I'm really glad I did that, because I was able to share my story and I felt like I wasn't hiding anymore. Like I wasn't a little turtle. I really was able to step out and share with the world what happened to me. And I really didn't recognize what would come from that. And so getting to see where I was, this small, scared girl, into where I am now, and the impact that just my sharing my testimony and sharing my story has helped so many women. Not only has me sharing my story it really, sorry, this is like a lot to explain, but when I originally shared my story, I had so many other survivors reach out to me like, thank you so much for sharing your story. I recognize what you're going through, and this is my story. And I really was like, wow, like this topic is so raw and so untalked about. Like, it's unheard of. And I made it my mission to make sure that I could do whatever I could to really bring a light to other survivors when they're in that dark place, and just not only advocate for them, but reach out with the things that they may need and help break down that stigma.
That's wonderful. That's a beautiful way to turn, a test into a testimony. You've got an amazing story to
Thank
share
you.
and impact others. So kudos to you, young lady. Can I ask how old you are?
Of course, I am 22.
Oh my goodness. 22, making such an impact. Impressive.
Thank you.
I know your mama's proud of you, but amazing. So tell us about your family, because I got to meet your mama and your baby. So tell us about your family.
Of course. So my mom's name is Heather, and she is a retired teacher. My dad, his name is Jason, and he owns his own oil company. It's called Veritex. And then I have, of course, my baby sister. Her name is Eiley, and she is all things cute and maybe a little bit of spice, but she definitely doesn't get that from me. And then I have two younger brothers, Xander and Declan. Declan is in high school, and Xander attends Trinity College.
Oh my gosh. So all these people, so did everybody trek down to Tennessee to cheer you guys on? I know you and your mom competed and won, but did everybody come to cheer y'all on?
No, unfortunately, they were unable to make it. But my brothers and my dad always do a fantastic job of calling us and checking in every day, sending us sweet messages, and then, of course, always watching the lives. So they're always making a way to make us feel special.
I love that. It takes a special man to marry a pageant woman, but then to have a pageant daughter times two. That's a lot. So for that. What advice would you give your younger self, or even a young lady, that is thinking about competing or thinking about pageants, feeling she's not enough? What would you tell them?
I love to tell people you are all that and a bag of chips. I think it's so important to truly be authentically yourself. I think we live in a world where social media has run over, and we're constantly focused on worldly opinions and what everybody thinks of us. But whenever we step away from that and we recognize that God, first of all, made you, right? And he doesn't make mistakes. You were created wonderfully and beautifully made. And I just think that's so important to recognize that God made you, and he made you altogether beautiful, and he made you perfect. And so the way that you are was not a mistake. And so just going into pageants or even outside of pageantry, fully being who you are and who God created you to be is just, I feel like, the only advice that I could really give.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly it. So what is your go-to hype song for pageant day or any big event? I know you're working on some things for school. What's your hype song?
Oh, goodness. There's a couple. I'm a big Mandisa lover. And so Good Morning is probably my favorite. I literally listen to that every morning with my boyfriend Wyatt on our way to church on Sundays. And then I also love Overcomer, which is the song that I signed this year for talent.
I love it. I love Mandisa. Love that song. What have you I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was like, so excited. I got on Mandisa.
Don't even worry about it. She's the best.
What have you set for your reign? Like, what are your plans for this year?
Oh, goodness. Ooh. Okay, so there's some things that I just can't share yet because they need to be a surprise, even if I want to. But I currently am working on getting donations and getting things together for my project in Soleil. I have a big donation coming up with that. Besides that, I will be working a couple of pageants, and I have been asked by some friends in Ireland to help train some of their girls and just get to speak with them about Pure. So those are my most recent things upcoming. And then, yeah.
Wonderful. I know some Ireland people, so I'm excited. We have a question here. So what advice would you give to someone who wants to enter Pure? Great question.
Do it. I mean, I feel like that speaks for it all. I think that a lot of things that hold people back can be like the what ifs, right? Like, well, what if they don't like me, or what if this, or what if that? And I think what's so important is I posted something about this a little bit ago. But the God speaks to you in statements, and the devil speaks to you in questions. And so if you're ever worried about something or you're nervous about something, stop, pray over it. Notice that God only speaks to you in statements. And I'm telling you to do it. So you should do it.
There you go. The queen has spoken. Just do it, Miss Kim. Do it. Perfect. Okay. So what or who, I guess it would be a who's your biggest supporter?
Oh gosh, I don't know. That's so hard. I feel like I have so many lovely people who constantly support me. Goodness, I don't know. That's a really hard question, Nichelle.
I didn't see this coming.
Honestly, I feel like if I really had to buckle down on somebody, I'd probably say my little sister. And the reasoning why is because she's constantly like, don't forget, you need to practice your walk. She'll be like, don't forget pretty feet. Or she's like, wow, you just look beautiful. She's a big, like, girl's girl, and she loves to support people. The other day I was on the phone call and I was crying, and she was like, I was talking to my dad, and she goes, is that my sister? And my dad was like, yes, it is. And she was like, let me see her. And so he answers the phone, and she goes, Soleil, don't cry. Everything will be okay. And she's so young, but to have like such an emotional, like strong emotional intelligence is insane to me. So I'd say her.
Okay, beautiful. In this 10-year trek or journey or quest, what was your biggest challenge?
Oh, goodness. I feel like my biggest challenge probably was when I did have to overcome and switch my mindset from being a victim to a survivor. I did compete when that was happening, and so it was very overwhelming. Because I had all of these people who loved me and were always there, but I just needed a different perspective per se, and so having to switch from that and learn how to talk about it in a more conservative like diction, I guess you would call it, was something that was probably my most difficult. But again, like, God is always on my side, and I do have the people who love me, and Pure truly is just a big family. And so they made it easy.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Thank you.
We're getting towards the end of our show. I told you I wouldn't hold you hostage all night because I know you have a ton of things to do. What are 3 things that you would like everyone to know about you?
Oh gosh. 3 things I would like everyone to know about me would probably be I am a Dr. Pepper or Coke fanatic. I need them to survive. My sweet boyfriend Wyatt went and picked me up a 44 ounce right before because I just needed my energy. Something else would probably be that I'm authentic. So I recognize that I'm a lot, and sometimes I can be a little bit overwhelming, but please know that because I'm a lot, I also love a lot. My heart is very big, and I have a lot of love to give. So I will love you and love you and love you until, I don't know, forever. And then my 3rd thing, something to know about me. Oh goodness. I'm very passionate, so I might talk a lot, but everything that I'm saying I'm sharing with you because I'm just super passionate, and I love to get everything out there.
Beautiful. I'm going to share something on the screen. I don't know if you can see it. It might make you cry, but I'm going to tell you not to cry.
Oh no. Oh no, I'm a crier, Nichelle.
Don't you cry. Okay. So I don't know can you see that?
Oh yeah, Eiley said that don't forget Jesus loves you and he made you and you're perfect. Also, she wants to know if you like SpiderMan or the Flash more. Hi, Eiley. Jesus loves you too, and that he made you perfect also. And I think I like SpiderMan more because he can shoot super crazy webs and like do all those flips.
There you go. There you go. That's her baby sister and her mom on for people that are like, what is happening? All right. So, couple of quick things. Dusty says, hey.
Hey, girl.
Tammy says, there's nothing wrong with being extra. And then our final question is going to be the last one we take from our crowd. What's next for when your reign is over?
Wow, that was a big question. I unfortunately don't age up into the next category. Honestly, I don't really know. I haven't thought that far ahead. I guess I will be clinical teaching, so not pageant what's next, but once my reign is over, it will be time for me to start clinical teaching and student teaching, and then hopefully graduating and starting my own classroom.
Wonderful. Well, I am just so honored that we had you on tonight. Everyone, you can follow Soleil on Facebook. She has her Queen page, which is it Pure International Miss?
So it's Pure International Pageants, Pure International Miss.
Okay.
I share it on my personal page, Soleil Guckian, constantly. So if you go to my page, you can just find my little post and click on it, and then that will take you to my page.
Wonderful. And can I just say, from a personal, selfish perspective, I'm very glad that you won, because I don't want you back with that Miss Division winning the Spirit Stick again, because my group never wins it, and I'm tired of you leading them to win it every year. So,
well, I think that you guys might just have to bring it, because I will still be back next year, which means the Miss Division. No. We're bringing it for that Spirit Stick. I'm just saying. We've won it 2 years in a row now. We're going home for 3.
No, it's not. No more. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all can cheer and do flips and build pyramids and all these things. So anybody that's thinking about competing at Pure, please come compete so we can win the Spirit Stick away from the Miss Division. That's our goal for
Please come and join, but recognize that we might be hard to beat.
I love it. Soleil, thank you so much. I just love you and your energy and your family. And I'm so excited to watch you this year and the amazing woman that you are and the impact you're having on the world. And everyone tuning in, thank you for being here. Tune in next week. We're going to have an amazing guest. And remember, never dull your sparkle because someone else can't handle your shine. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye. Thank you so much.